Everybody, welcome to the stream today. Today is Monday, May 8th, 2023, and apologies for the late start today. Trade of 8 seems to be down across the board, whether it's Elite Trader Funding or Apex or anything else for that matter. So today we will be practicing our paper trading inside of Thinkorswim. So we will not be working on our evaluation today unless Trade of 8 happens to come back sometime during the stream. And even then, usually when they have issues like this, I'm a bit sketchy to trade for that whole day because they could have major lag issues. What up, Kevin? Good to see you here. What's going on over there in Lakeland, Florida? So let's go ahead and pop the screen up. A little bit of woblam over here. Just make sure the volume's good. The volume is just a little bit intense. All right, here we go. Woblam. All right, ES is dropping at the moment. Currently, ES is down about $7 on the day. Coming up down here, meeting the lower band of the volume weighted average price on this decline from this 5,200 moving average crossover here on the 1 minute chart. We will not have access to the 20-second chart today, so we won't be doing that sort of trade style today. Instead, we'll likely be focusing on TTM reversals or 9 moving average shorts. We're pulling down here into the 4140 zone. So this area is an area of support. As you can see here, I believe this is on Friday. No, this is actually over the weekend. This is yesterday. So this was the future session from yesterday. Well, that sounds weird. The future session from yesterday. It makes sense for this, I guess. All right. I'm going to throw in some support and resistance zones here. Starting the day with some tech analysis. I will say tech analysis on Thinkorswim is way easier because I can just move to a price level and double click instead of like having to drag it across left and right. I think it's a lot easier. So I'm not really looking. I don't really think a trend reversal is inbound. Definitely not for a while. If there is one, well, we're at like 7:30 here. If there's one, I'm guessing more like 9:30. So like a good 2 hours out. What up, Tiny? What up, Ollie? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even have my charts up. My apologies. So for everyone who's here today, Trade of 8 is down on Apex and Elite Trader Funding. And I'm assuming anything else that's using Trade of 8. So we'll be paper trading today in Thinkorswim. Unfortunately, I was kind of excited to get back in the evaluation because we did do pretty well this last week. Obviously, you guys saw me overtrade a little bit on Friday, and then I overtraded on Tuesday. But overall, on the week, we did well because we had Wednesday that was like $555, and we had Thursday that was over $600 in profit. Then we had Monday that was profitable, but I think it was like only $150 or something. But so overall on the week, last week, we did make profit. So I was kind of excited to get back on that, but today will be a paper trading sesh due to the technical difficulties. Unless Trade of 8 comes back during the stream, in which case we'll log in and I'll just check it periodically throughout the stream. So we kind of have this like support level and resistance level here, like 41.35. Something crazy like 36. What's the range been like today? The range is pretty good. Join the vid here. I'm gonna try to go in 3 contracts off of 44, and I'm looking for a move up to about 46.50, which I think is within a reasonable range. I will say that I'm watching out for resistance at this 9 moving average, as well as this 12 moving average. You can see that, we threw this resistance level here at 47, which it did tap quite a few times. And TTM is a little bit on the upswing here. Like I said, I think we're a long way out from a trend reversal, so I'm not looking to trade trend reversals at this particular point in time. I'm also going to reduce this down to get out at 45.50, which would be 6 ticks. And I think 6 ticks seems like a pretty decent level for scalping today. Kind of struggling a little here on the 45 resistance. TTM going from 3.9 to 3.3, which looks okay for a push up towards this like 47 resistance. I'm looking for this to push up towards 46. It's kind of hitting too much resistance there at 45 though, so I may try to get out of 45. Alright, we stuck through it and got the full 6 ticks on that, so up 225 today before fees. And we'll calculate the fees in here as well, just to make sure that we know what's what. Each contract is a $3 round trip. Looks like we could have gone for the full 10 ticks and actually even 12 ticks. Salesman, I think 8 seems kind of reasonable on the day. I'm not necessarily trying to get the entire range of the play. Although that's nice, it to me presents a higher level of risk. And so I don't really necessarily want to trade in that particular way. Nice rip back up there though. Bouncing off that low. This was a very great example of support. We'll move this down slightly. We were pretty close on the analysis there, but I think the support was just slightly lower than that. So this is a really great example of support and resistance, really, because you can see it's actually kind of pushing down a little bit right there. But if I pull this out here, you can see we had support here and along this whole zone here, and then this spot as well. So basically all we did was take this entry off of this support level here, and in addition to that, taking it combined with the stacking up of the TTM that was also happening, this lets us know that this move is beginning to end, and it also lets us know that this is a pretty strong support zone. Furthermore, we also see that the 26 moving average had come significantly closer toward the 12 and towards the 9, which also gave us more indication that this was beginning to push back up. Now, the reason why I'm not necessarily was not necessarily looking for a trend reversal was really had a lot to do with the positioning of the 5200 cross. As you know, as sensationally called the death cross, which I just think is just over the top, but really was the positioning of these two. Which this one's at 52 and the 50 EMA is at 49. So the diverge about $3, which actually is not that bad and could actually trend reverse, just giving it a second look on analysis. This is rejecting right off our resistance zone there. Of course, it did pop up slightly above it, and it's pulling back down below that now. This actually seems like a reasonable entry on the pullback here. And so what I'm looking for is for this to be a 1 minute pullback, and then our next candle to be a 1 minute candle to make a new high, which would be really a move above 48 and a test of this EMA 35. TTM moved all the way from 3.9 back here on our original entry to 2.8, which is a very strong move, to 1.8, which is again it's a continuation of that strength, to 1.2, which is actually pretty decent, but the 1.0 markers is pretty strong. So this one ended as a green candle, which I actually would have preferred this to close red, for the reason that a lot of the times when this one closes red, there's a higher likelihood that this next one's gonna not only open green but rip up. And you can see that it did close green, and so this one here is actually kind of struggling a little bit. And I think because sometimes traders can take this as a bearish indicator, even though it's a green candle. So we may actually get a pullback down towards like 45. It's not what I want to see, but it may be what we're gonna see. But I did get a really nice entry off of 46, so I'm not particularly worried. When I said 45, I meant to say 46. Really this spot right here, right where the 12 EMA is, which is at 45.75. So we may end up going red on this trade, but I still think that this is actually going to push back up and test this EMA 35, potentially test the VWAP. This may end up as a false break though. Like I said, this green hammer candle here could actually act as a bearish indicator, not a bullish indicator. It's not to say that it will, but it's to say that it may. Coming up and tapping our order. No fill yet. There's the fill. Okay, 2 trades in and up 525 on the day in the paper account. I'm going to watch out for resistance at this EMA 35. And we have a possible crossover you can see right there. That's of the 1226. So the 12 being this cyan line here, the 26 simple moving average being this this white line here. So what I'm going to be looking for next is first off a cyan switch on the TTM. I think that'll actually come second off. My apologies. But the first thing I'm looking for is this actually right here. That 9, that yellow 9, getting above that cyan 12 EMA. And the second thing I'm going to look for is going to be this, either the 12 EMA crossing above the 26 or the cyan switch on the TTM. It doesn't matter which one comes first. All that matters is that they both happen. And I'm going to join the bid here. See if I can get in on a slight pullback. Entered long at 47 and a quarter, and 1.18, 0.8. TTM's actually kind of cool on this one, so I'm gonna just go for like a smaller trade. Try to get out at like 48 and a quarter. Might go for 48.50, but I think I'll just stick with 48 and a quarter. There it is. Right up 712.50 on the day. The reason why I got it earlier was really because of the resistance at the EMA 35 that often is there. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll be there right now, but it's very often there. TTM going from 1.1 to 0.5, which looks nice and strong. And 9 is very clearly above 12. All right, this looks like we have a potential breakout inbound here. So I'm going to go for like 15 ticks. And I'm going to look for an entry off of like 48.50 if I can. Might be a little too much of a pullback though. I'll go for... I'm just gonna, whoa. Oh my gosh, so many notifications. I think I should turn those off. We go for an entry off of 49. I got an entry actually at 48.75. And I'm looking for a move. Oh, dude, it didn't place my order. Alright, I gotta switch this over to single. You notice it didn't place my sell order there. Put an exit at 51.50. Which would basically be a pop-up over VWAP, but trying to get out below the 200 moving average. Because we have... So first off, we have to get above the VWAP and the 50 EMA. But the reason why I feel confident enough to be able to go after a trade like this is because we've got the science switch here. We got the 9 and the 12 crossing above the 26. And so this is a very strong bullish indicator, and this is a very strong bullish indicator. And so that's why I feel confident enough to attempt to go for a trade that is looking essentially for a rip up. And you can see this looks like an ascending wedge here. And so this could be its own bearish little set that could reject off the 50 or off the VWAP and rip right back down. So going to keep I'll probably keep my stop at about 47. We'll do 47. Yeah, just do 47. That's 5 ticks down, so that's pretty close to 1-to-1. We're going for slightly more than 1-to-1 ratio. By the way, just gonna jump into the comments to see how everyone else is doing. What up, Pawn? Yeah, Tradevate is having like super issues today, Pawn. Unfortunately, man, which is terrible because I really did want to trade today. I guess inside of Tradevate itself, but I don't really know of a place to check the status issues, like the status of that. We do have quite a few people chilling out today. So if y'all are chilling, hanging out, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Currently, we're up 750 today in paper. I really wish that I could have traded this whole set here on Tradevate inside of the account. This is a very nice breakout that we got this entry off of support and took a couple trades along the way. Running into resistance along the VWAP and the 50 EMA. This candle has about 30 seconds in it. Oh, I realized that I've been trading on the 3-minute chart. This is actually even better. So this is a 3-minute crossover. I honestly thought I was trading on the 1-minute chart. That's awesome. That's so funny. So this is actually a breaking out on the 3-minute chart. So that looks even more powerful, even stronger than I thought originally. So we may get a little bit of pullback in here, but I think that we're pretty good if this is breaking out like that on the 3-minute side. 1-minute chart running into resistance at the volume weighted average price. It's right there, just under 41.50. So we may get a little chop in the zone. But I feel pretty decent about this trade for a longer term. Tapping 41.50. Let's switch back to the 3-minute chart because this was really where a lot of this trade idea was on. Get this double top here at the 50 EMA. TTM going from 0.17 to 1.1 on the TTM3. That's looking solid. I'll have a new candle in about a minute and a half. And yeah, I wish there was a way, like a place that I knew of to check the status of those things. I don't really know what's up with that. I know that Tradeovate was purchased by NinjaTrader about a year and a half ago. And so I don't know, I don't really know the level of service and whatnot that's going to be applied to it. I think that they're still integrating a lot of this of NinjaTrader features and other things like that. But hopefully they get it up today, because I would have loved to have traded this breakout here. This is likely going to be a kind of a longer trade, which I'm okay with because we're still sitting pretty green in it. Sometimes when it's a longer trade like this, I feel somewhat inclined to take profit and then get back in and continue to do that over and over. Might do that. I might do is just try and lock in a little bit of profit and then just try and get in and out a couple of times. So I took that trade off, and I'm gonna switch this back on to all right, in at 49.75. Obviously, my cost basis is higher than it was before, but we did take a little bit of profit off, so. Putting in some resistance there at 50. Inching our way back above the VWAP. 9 and 12 on approach for a VWAP cross. Not like that's like a major rip or anything like that, but it does just sort of confirm bullish momentum. You're trading oil today? Yeah, no, upon it, it's like I was checking in the Elite Trader Funding Discord community, and everybody in there is talking about that. Like the entire group is just like, "I traded it down. Oh my gosh, I just lost a ton of money because it lagged out." I guess for some people it loaded up at the beginning of the day, and they got into trades, and then Tradeovate just and several people failed their accounts and other things like that. So I don't really know. I'm grateful I wasn't in that situation. Because I was trading stocks this morning. So good call on the ascending wedge. That's what we were talking about on the 3-minute chart as well. Was that ascending wedge? And did get some rejection there at the at that 4150 spot. I'm gonna check this on the 3. Yeah, hit a little more resistance than I want to deal with, so I'm gonna cut that. Loss of 187.50 on the day, or on that, up 637.50 on the day. I think our peak of the day was 900 in profit. This looks like it's gonna actually pop here. Why did I cut that? Try to do the right things. Try to be a good boy. I'm gonna go for another long, but yeah, definitely. That's like a little eagle thing there, man. I guess I got caught up in that, man. You know what's funny too, Pawn? I actually traded the eagle pattern earlier today in stocks. I'm trying to actually learn that pattern because it's got me so many times. It like I have this thing like if a pattern like trips me up a whole bunch, dude, then I'm just like I gotta learn it. I have to. It becomes like almost an OCD for me. Trying to get in here around 50. Because I actually think this is going to break out. Can't seem to get an entry on the trade, though. I'm going to clear the cash. Oh, did it just enter the trade? It did. Entered at 50.5. Gotta love the lag in TOS, dude. I guess some lag is better than no function. Going for an exit at 52. How's everyone been trading today? LMK, as the kids would say. Did you know that? So I learned this at some point in my life. I think I was actually still a kid when I learned this. But I learned that if you add the phrase, as the kids say, or something along those lines, what the kids are saying or something like that, you immediately sound like 30 to 40 years older than you actually are. And it's a pretty fun little thing because I've actually said it to people, just sort of like in a public type situation, and I've just like watched people react, and I've actually had people be like, "You sound so old," and it's just hilarious to just watch people's reaction to just say, as the kids say these days, or something along those lines. It's kind of hilarious, man. I always like doing those like psychological experiments with people just to see how they react. So on the 3-minute side, we're still getting stacked on TTM, 2.6 to 3.5, 3.6 area. We have what looks to be kind of a new breakout zone right here on this little pullback. Some VWAP entries right there look pretty solid to me as an entry zone. Pretty much anything along this line, along this area here, seems like a pretty decent entry zone. Anything right in here seems pretty solid. Obviously, the lower the entry, the better, but delete the circle. And look for a move up to 52.25, 53. I'm trying to get out of 52 myself. Running into resistance there at 51. The Dom's pretty heavy there on volume at 51, 51.25 area. Unfortunately, it entered kind of high. I tried to get in off like 49.75 and 50 area. It entered at 50.50, which ain't the worst in the world, but it ain't the best. I'm going to pop in on the 5-minute chart and see what's going on here. All right, 5 minutes looking solid in terms of the approach for this. What actually ended up being trend reversal, or very close to it. TTM on the 5 is also nearing a silent switch. 9's above 12 on approach for 1226 crossover. On the 1 and the 3, we have resistance at the 200 moving average. On the 5, though, we basically, the 200 moving average and the 50 EMA are in the same location from the 3 to the 5. So the 50 EMA here is right at 51.25. And on the 3-minute chart, it's at like 52.25. So they're pretty much right next to each other. And looking for a 5-minute breakout here in about 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Could just pop now, but I think we're up to about 10 minutes out for this whole break. Science switch beginning to happen on the 5-minute chart at the moment. Currently just kind of ranging between the EMA 35 and the 200 moving average. One minute slightly on the cool. We got a couple red dots here, which could indicate that, you know, we're having some downward pressure issues, but I don't think that this is really going to last. I think that it's going to hold above VWAP. So I really just think that this whole area is just consolidation. And I think that we're going to come up and, at bare minimum, test this 52.50 zone. All right, got that trade out of 52. So up 862.50 on the day in the paper account. Nice, dude. 360. Hell yeah, man. Crushing it. Crushing it. You are nobody's pawn. Nice job, dude. So wait, Pawn, is your Tradeovate working, or are you using NinjaTrader or something else? Let's go ahead and check in on I'm gonna check in on Tradeovate. I'm gonna keep my screen off for a second. So that I can deal with the logins. Not like Kenny Loggins. Anybody ever listen to that dude? I think I listened to him once in my life. Okay. So we are getting some of the charts are starting to pull up. All right, Tradeovate looks to be back online. All right, so we can attempt this now. I'm using Tradeovate, but it's lagging. Eek. That's sketchy. How much lag are we talking here? Mine looks pretty on point. 52. We'll compare this to yeah, mine looks pretty on point, honestly. I'm gonna look for resistance right here and probably a rejection down to about 50. A rejection down to 50, I think, would actually, or maybe 51 or something like that. But I think a rejection here would not be such a bad thing. 5-minute breakout happening. Yeah, my Tradeovate doesn't look bad. It's the 20-second chart. Let's see what's going on in the 1 minute. Laptops at the shop. Just trading on mobile. Okay. Bro, I don't know how you can trade mobile, dude. That just seems challenging to me, dude. It's the trade execution that's lagging. Yikes. That's sketch. All right, we'll be super cautious. I'm only gonna trade one contract then. And yeah. I'll go slow today and just trade a single contract. If it's lagging like that, yeah, I can see my chart kind of lag there a little bit. I guess that lag doesn't look worse than it normally does. That lagged up. Whoa! Yo, that was crazy. Did y'all see that? Here's this pullback that I was mentioning. So I'm looking for a pullback to probably about 50. Pulling back now to 50. I think a lot of people are going to buy off 50. My market depth is not here. What's up with that? I'm definitely not going long here. 9 EMA is kind of breaking down. I was considering buying long right here for like a tiny trade, like move up and support off of 50, but it doesn't look good. Yeah, it's pulling all the way back down to 48s. 3 minutes on the cool. Okay. So next plan of action is it's too bad I couldn't trade this whole thing because that was like awesome right there. That was like so steady trading, easy trading. So next plan of action, moving from 4.8 to 4.5. Next plan of action is really kind of to wait for these this crossover to get closer, as well as so I think that we're probably looking around 8:30 ish. It's about 15 minutes. 1 minute side is cooling off pretty heavily. 50 EMAs at 49 and 200 EMAs at 52. About $3 diverge. So I think this looks okay at this area right here. Gonna switch to the 20-second chart for this, because this will sort of help me determine some momentum. Yeah, there we go. Definitely don't want 3 contracts with this sort of lagginess. And I don't want to go for 5 ticks. So I'm going to go for 3. So I'm looking for a long. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for this to find support along the volume weighted average price, find support along 50, and then bounce. So that's what I'm looking for on this zone. No trade yet. Price action is up to date. Trade execution lags. Oh, okay, I already read that. All right, so what I'm going to be looking for on the 20-second chart is a red-yellow move here. That will likely indicate that we're getting some support at this area. And there's a hint of a red-yellow. Joining the bid, trying to get in at 49.75.
Order filled.
In at 49.75, my price action or my order entry was nice and quick on that. So this is my first attempt trading in Tradeovate today. I'm looking for this to find support. We'll cut this pretty quick if I have to. I'm only in 1 contract. And I'm going for an exit at 50-50. Currently sitting at break even at the moment. I'm gonna measure this on this side as well. $50.50 is right where the 50 EMA is. Very close to the exit. Tapping my sell order, but no fill yet. There was the price lag, the price action lag, because
order filled.
There it is. Because I was like that ripped through my order, but no fill. So, all right. So up $34.50 on the day. I'm trading small because of the lag issue. And because like I said, my charts weren't even functioning today. So I'm going to keep trading small on the day. You don't always need to trade big. I'll take a larger trade on TOS side though. All right, so what I'm looking for right now is we have a cyan switch on approach on the 20-second chart, and I'm going to be looking for this 9 to get above 12 and some movement above that. Getting some consolidation right here at 50 and a quarter. I think that we're going to get some confirmation here shortly. I'm not going to take this trade at this moment, but I will very shortly, likely, depending on whether or not this actually confirms, and I think that it's going to. No trade yet. My market depth just disappeared. Whole chart's just like reset or something. I don't know what that was, but this is kind of sketchy to just even be trading in this account. So that rejected there. You saw rejected on this EMA 35 and on the 50. The cyan switch did not happen. So this is why I waited for that confirmation, was because I didn't want to get caught up in this exact situation. So I took it as a test on TOS side. If I lose on TOS, I don't really care. If I lose in my evaluation, I do. I'm going to cut this on TOS side. Loss of $75 on that one. I think. Maybe it was actually $112.50. I lost $112.50 on that. Rejecting downward. All right, so now I'm going to be looking for this to find support along like 45 to 47 zone and to push back up. The reason why I say that versus going short is because we're still on approach for this 200 cross, and I don't think that's going to change. It might be a good 20-30 minutes though before we get a turnaround, but I don't know. We could just turn around right away. This could just be a pullback and consolidation in this area, which I actually think is kind of more likely. Apologies for the yawn. I'm out of tea. Alright, here's the current stitch on TOS side. So we've taken 21 contracts, so we multiply that by 3, which is $63 in fees. Minus our $712.50. So that's $649.50 in profit. Net profit on the day in TOS. We did only take the one singular trade in Apex. I don't even feel comfortable trading this. My Tiki squeeze isn't working very well. The charts like randomly refresh, which is just odd. Trailing max available at 1543, by the way. Unfortunately, that amazing day that we had on Friday, I kind of screwed it off by overtrading. And that's like, that's definitely a challenge, like a personal challenge that I'm working on. Endless improvement, right? It's not about being perfect. It's about the pursuit of perfection, I guess. I know I'll never be perfect, and nobody on this planet ever will be, but I guess it's just sort of about the pursuit, you know? The endlessly trying to get better. TTM looking like 1.8 on the 1 minute side, looking like 1.8 to 2.0 to 2.4, 2.3, 2.4. So red to yellow on the 1 minute side would look really solid for a potential turnaround. Yeah, when we try to get pushed, or when we try to be perfect, we get crushed. But when we just try, we sometimes get perfection. Well spoken. A 15-second delay in order executions. Just gave a bit back. Might just stick with 1 or 2 micros. That's probably a pretty reasonable plan. It's one of the reasons why, excuse me, why I'm not trading more than 1 contract is because of the order delay. TTM going from 2.09 to 2.5. I'm gonna call it 2.55, just rounding up, and to 2.6, 2.73. Sorry, visual impairment getting me. Sometimes it's kind of hard to read the red numbers. Kind of seeing some leveling off here. I want to see this area hold the support for any upward direction, which is like the 41.45, 41.47 zone. But we're still pulling back. 2.8 down to 3.0. On the 20-second chart on Trade Debate or Apex side, you can see that the not only is the TTM on like pretty heavily on the downside, but also the 5200 moving average crossovers are actually getting closer together, which would indicate a downward move. But really, what I actually think is going to happen is I think that we're going to find support in this zone, and then we'll bounce and get back up above the VWAP. Now, because we are below the VWAP, this could just end up failing, and it could end up failing all the way back down towards the bottom. This could have been the only pop on the day in terms of the upward move. In terms of that much of an upward move. Got a red to yellow on the 1 minute side beginning to form. So that looks good for this ending up being as that support zone that I mentioned. I'm taking an entry off of like 47 or so on TOS. So this is kind of a theory. Anything below 47.50 looks great to me for this theory. The theory is that this is the support level and that will bounce off that. All right, entered long at 47 or 46.75. All right, so the idea here, now it could be wrong, and I'm okay if it's wrong because, again, I'm trading this in paper. So sometimes in the paper I get a little experimental. So the idea here is that this zone is going to act as support and bounce up there for a test of the VWAP and likely a rejection thereafter. I took that long based off of the support zones area that I mentioned, although this is looking more like a bear. I'm gonna call it a bear stare. Yeah, I like that name. All right, we're gonna call this the bear stare. So it looks like it's stair stepping, but it does look like it's a little bit of a bear step. Do the bear step. So ready to cut this one. I'm gonna put my risk level at 45. All right, I'm out. Well, I'm out whenever it lets me out. All right, loss on that one of what? Went from 712 down to 450. Was that 312? 262. The loss on that one of 262.50. Up 450 in the paper account. This is looking more like downward momentum to me. So maybe that 45 area doesn't actually hold. Yeah, it's looking more like this is looking more bearish to me. Low of the day is down at 41.50, and we're actually on approach for the lows. $8.30 here. We'll see if we get the volume push here at 8.30. Big sell-off from that 52 area, 53. Just sold off almost $10. The range is kind of small on the day, though. If you really think about that, I mean, if 41.53 is the line in the sand and 41 is the bottom, and we're talking about $12 worth of difference. It's really not very much of a difference, and the ES is only down $6 on the day. So 41.50 is really kind of the, I mean, that's like the opening area, and it's also the VWAP. So, you know, so this really isn't this is a pretty tight range day. All right, we actually did close with the yellow candle, 3.3 to 2.9. All right, I'll take a long on TOS. I'm also going to jump in here on Tradeovate and see if there's a long opportunity. Nothing that I want yet. TOS, I'm in at 45 and a quarter, and I'm going to try to get out at 46.75. Basically taking that off the red-yellow momentum, but it's 3.29 to 3.16. Not very strong, actually. Honestly, there is about 5 seconds left in this candle, so. On Apex side, I might wait for the 5200 cross. It's like really close together They're only diverged by 80 cents. This is a nice pop up here. We got that trade on TOS side. Up 675 on TOS. Nice rip up. 1 minute is a long way out from cross, but this 5200 is not on the 20-second chart. 9 is above 12, hitting a cyan switch there. On approach for a 1226 cross, and on approach for a 5200 moving average cross. Not going to take the trade yet, just because honestly, like, I kind of missed it right here. I'm going to wait for the next one. But we did get this trade on TOS. Rejecting off the 50 EMA. 47.06 is where the 50 EMA is at now, and 47.96 is where the 200 SMA is. So they're about 90 cents, 94 cents away from each other. New candle coming in cyan, which looks good for bullish action as far as the TTM goes. The 9 and 12 are in the proper location and for upward direction. Given the rejection on the day, I'm still kind of waiting for this to continue to confirm. Ooh. I'll look to take 2 contracts at 5 ticks. Seems kind of reasonable. I'm not ready for this trade yet. Because there's a couple other things I'm looking for it to see. I can always get in if it's like 41.48 or something like that. I don't need to take every single move. And keeping that in mind, keeping that mentality, I think is really important. Running into resistance here at 47. One minute chart looking like 3.0 to 2.7 to 2.4 to 2.0 on the TTM. We'll take another long here on TOS side. Looking for an entry at 46.75, which is on that resistance level. The 50 EMA is right there at 47, so resistance there at 47. Our chart keeps refreshing, which is very scary. Come on. $50 EMA and 200 SMA actually diverged even more, so that makes this trade look less appealing. Probably cut this. TTM's at 1.7. Previous candle's 2.1. That's a movement of 4 points. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. All right, we'll keep that on. I'll bump it up to 48. Well, 47.75. Got that little doji there. All right, it's looking better now. 9's above 12 on the 20-second chart. And 9 and 12 are crossing above the 35. 50 EMA is now 46.96, and 200 is at 48.08. Nice little pop there. 9 is well above the 35. Not anymore. That's quite the rejection. Went from 1.74 1.48 to 1.2 area. 1.42. Only a move about 0.2. So that has a pretty reasonable amount of rejection possibility down to 45. Yeah, I'm actually thinking the same thing, Pawn, is that it does look prime for a break to the upside. That's what I'm also seeing. That's one of the reasons why I'm in it on COS. I don't want to get into it on Apex yet until I have that confirmation for that breakout. But it looks like it's I feel the same way, is that it does look pretty prime for a breakout to the upside. The 50 and the 200, though, are still diverging from each other. Not by much, but they are. 46.82 and 48.11. At $1.29 apart. 8.12 now, and can't see because the price action's in the way, but I'm gonna just call it 46.75. Oh, it's 78. So now $1.34. So they're still moving away from each other. CTM won't stay on here. It's like here for a second, then gone. I think we may see a little bit of pullback here. I'm thinking that this like 45, 46 area is the support level, and that we'll see likely that rip off of that. I guess if I was to guess, I'd say that's in the next 10 minutes. Could be sooner, but that would be my guess on that. Bit of a rip down in terms of volume. 1,100 contracts in 20 seconds currently. Yeah. This actually looks like it might reject. $46.75 is that little line here. CTM going from 0.59 to 0.33 to 0.2. So this, if it rejects this would be the candle. It'd be this one or the next one that would reject, I think. I think it also, if it breaks out, it's going to be this one or the next one. In terms of breakout, I just mean like a move up to like 47, not like the full breakout yet. Yep, it's looking like this is the push up. And try to get in 2 contracts at 47.50. Oh, wow. I can't. Trying to take that off. All right. So we got the trade on TOS side. And this is looking pretty good. So we got cyan switch on the 1 minute side. 9 and 12 are on approach, on a crossover. Trying to get in 47 and a quarter on TOS side. Dude, this like screen refresh thing is annoying and scary. I was gonna try to get in like 47.50 area, but bro, the order entry, man. You're right, dude. That hella laggy.
Order filled.
Whoa, I guess got like super distortion on that. In at 48 long, which I don't. I'm gonna try to get out 48.75. I can't adjust my order. All right, it adjusted now.
Order filled.
All right, it got that. Up 103.50 on the day. Made kind of my bare minimum of $100 in the. This thing just didn't even fill. TOS is getting laggy now. It's too bad TradeAway's laggy today. It seems like a really good trading day, honestly. Like a pretty predictable trading day. I think like when the days are this predictable, man, like these are like my favorite days to trade. What up, Michael? Been a minute. Started a fresh 50K today. Congrats. Yeah, man. I was rooting for you, man. I really was. I mean, you were crushing it. Like you really were. Did you set up a 50K today with Apex or Elite Trader Funding or somewhere else? Just curious. Hopefully, use the link in the description to support the channel. I've had a pretty wild ride on this particular evaluation, Mike. Because this particular one, I've had some days where I've lost like $1,300, and I've had other days where I've made like 700 plus. I'm currently up 613 in the account out of 3,000. So that did end up going the whole way, but with the lag on the day, man, I'm very sketchy, which is why I've been trading small today. It's just with the lag in TradeAway today, not TOS. No, I'm so used to saying the lag on TOS. It's like it's normal now. 1 minute on approach for 5200 cross. So this is actually looking way better than this original run here. And I say that because this run took place independent of the 5200 cross. If you look at the 1 minute side, the 52 is on approach. So golden cross, they call it. And they've gotten better marketing on that. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know. So golden cross is on approach. Um, it's just so sensational. We should give it a new name. We call it the Christmas cross. Obviously, not everyone has it as a red and a green, but CTM going from 2.6 to 2.7. I think this is kind of slowing down a little bit here. So we may get some pullbacks to like 48, 50 zone, and just likely gonna run into some resistance along the 200 moving average for a bit. So long as we kind of consolidate around this VWAP area and in between this 200 moving average, I think we'll be okay for a continued breakout soon. Take profit trader. Really prefer the EOD drawdown. Like to get a bit riskier when in profits. Yeah, makes sense. Live trading gives you trouble. I've actually never done an end of the day evaluation. I know Elite Trader Funding offers them, and I think Apex offers them too. I have to check to see if Apex offers them. By the way, y'all, if y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, now seems like the perfect time to mention that you can check out Apex Trader Funding or Elite Trader Funding. So Elite Trader Funding or Apex Trader Funding is just the trailing max. Elite Trader Funding offers the one steps, which is the same as Apex. They also offer the end of the day drawdowns evaluation, which is what Michael was talking about. And they also offer the diamond hands evaluation, which a couple people have actually reached out to me and picked up. These ones allow you to hold overnights and weekends, this is like if you have a really good trade strategy that is longer term, then this is your jam here. But there's a link in the description for both of these where you can lock in a lifetime discount. I think Apex might still be operating. They're kind of like perpetually on sale. Elite Trader Funding is perpetually on sale through my link with the coupon code JSBest. So you guys always get a discount. So you guys are always going to get whatever the best pricing is at the time. Apex is the same way. You'll always get whatever the best pricing is at the time. But I think Apex in terms of price is one of the better options. I think Elite Trader Funding in terms of overall customer service and then variety of plans, as well as the coherence of the website. I think Elite Trader Funding is a little bit better in that regard. Plus, they have the Discord community. Like I knew that I knew the answer to my Tradeovate questions this morning when Tradeovate was the software itself, unassociated from the prop firm, was having issues. I knew by going directly to their Discord community. I didn't have to send a support ticket. I didn't have to ask a bunch of questions and look it up on the internet or any of those other things. I just went to the Discord community, got the answer immediately. So that's one thing I really like about Elite Trader as well. So every single prop firm has their own edge, their own unique reason why they're the best. So I think that I think it's really just it's preference. It's what works best for you. Yeah, exactly. It's preference. Don't go for set risk reward. Like to take what the market gives me. Prefer to hold runners. Yeah, makes sense. And when I'm a winner, I want to add more. Live trading makes it hard. Totally understand. By the way, if y'all chilling, hanging out, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers if we can by the end of the month. Would be amazing. We could start getting close to 15 or 20 people on these live streams. It'd be awesome. We're on approach now for this crossover. So this is actually really good that we kind of stalled out a little bit in this area because you can see this bull flag right here, and I'll mark it out. This bull flag right here looked really nice for this breakout. Totally predicted it, that bull flag. As well as, like I said, we would need to kind of consolidate right here below the 200 moving average, which we did, and now we're ripping up above that. So now, being on approach to this 5200 cross, we're really in a solid position for a nice rip up. There's a 5200 cross on the 22nd chart as well. I'm gonna look for an entry here. I'm gonna try to get in at like 5150 area.
Order filled.
Enter long at 5150. I don't know why my trade of 8 is like super distorted volume. It sounds so weird. I'm gonna try to get out of 5275. Going for 5 ticks at 2 contracts. Again, I'm trading kind of small because of the lag and the weirdness on the day. I just think this will push up to 53. But I'm going to keep my order at 52.75. Just trying to secure the profits, you know what I mean? Doji right there.
Order filled.
Took another 1 tick or a 1 contract trade at 50.50. And I'm going to try to get out on both of them at 52.25. So all 3 contracts out of 52.25 would be the intention here. Currently down 100 in this trade. I feel confident enough about this trade though, because we do have this 5200 cross. I think this is just a temporary pullback. I could be wrong, and I hope I'm not. But this is a little bit of a larger trade just because I'm in 3 contracts. My cost basis is 51.25. Unfortunately, my 2 contracts are at 51.50. My 1 contract is at 50.50. So I wish it was reversed, but you know, whatever. $5,200 on approach on the 1 minute side. I don't know. I think we're going to rip up to 53. I'm going to put my order at 52.50. I'm also going to take a look at the 3-minute chart here on TOS. This has the 200 moving average at 52.50 as well. 3-minute chart getting a cyan switch. That was at 8:57, which is just about a minute and a half ago. I'm going to hold through this. Big pullback there, down to 50.50 again. Just right on the EMA 35. I don't like that this 912 26 crossover approach is inbound on the 22nd chart. The longer term charts are in my favor. The short term chart is not necessarily in my favor. Gonna switch back to the 1 minute chart here. I think a lot of people are anticipating this 5200 cross. Just to remove some old drawings. Just because it's a little hard to see everything. We're also on approach to the top of the hour here. It's 9 o'clock right now. 3 minute cyan from 0.25 to 0.7. We have some resistance at 51.75. We need to break above 51.75. This is kind of a scary trade now for me at this point. I'm digging a nice rip up. 51.75 is that sort of that line in the sand. My market depth keeps removing itself off my chart, so I can't really keep that. Well, I guess the market depth is there, but the volume is not, side volume. 52.25 is the next line in the sand to beat. We got to rip up through 52.25, and I think we'll see a move up to 53. $52.25, double tapping that. 9 now getting above 12 again on a 26 cross. We're one tick away from this. Charts just refreshed on me, which is just so sketchy. Come on, charts. You're doing that to me, man. All right, I'm pretty sure it all filled. Yeah, I'm not in a trade. It didn't make any sound. I'm up 294.50 on the day. Currently up 804 in the account out of 3,000. So up 825 on the sim today as well. Pretty good trading day despite all the lag. Despite all the weird software glitches and issues today, still ended up with a really great trading day. The chart is awesome. Like, this is probably one of the easiest trading days I've had in a very long time. Very long time. Yeah, been pretty happy with it. I think at this point, I'm probably gonna walk away and just keep my profits. I think that was something that I didn't do on both Tuesday, or sorry, was it Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday. Tuesday of last week and Friday of last week. Friday, we were up $783, and I ended up giving all of it back on the day, but due to over trading, and also ended up negative $129 on Friday from being positive 783. 100% over trading, was totally on tilt. Tuesday, I was just exhausted, incredibly tired because I had worked all night doing an in-house project, and I was up 2:45 on the day and just felt like I should have walked away. It was like the first like 15, 20 minutes of the day. And I kept on trading and ended up going red like $1,300. I ended up making all of it back on Wednesday and Thursday of last week, but still, nonetheless. Yeah. Awesome day, by the way, man. I think it was really just a good trade. Good trading day. And I think it's smart to walk away up 175. It's awesome, Michael. I'd love to see you in the Discord community. And let me know what your thoughts and what your reflection was of your trading today. Did you like how you traded? Was there something you would change, etc. So I think I might actually put together like a reflection worksheet for y'all. Let me know if you guys let me know in the comments if you guys would like that. So in any case, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. I'm gonna jump into our Discord community, which if you're not a member already, there's a link in the description. We'd love to see you guys in there. I do a reflection and my results each and every day when we trade every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to whenever we're done. Usually it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we would love to see you guys on the stream. And also, too, if you have some friends or other traders that you think would like to uh, learn from this channel or would get benefit out of this channel, send them our way. We'd love to have you guys in here. So we're trying to build this community up, and we're trying to make a nice large group of traders here. It's called Optimistic Futures for a reason because that's the future that we're creating, I think, for everybody. So with all that said, guys, much love and appreciation. If you want to earn funding in the futures market, there's links in the description and promo codes for that. And we will. I took profit at the perfect time. That's awesome. I gotta check this real fast and see what you're talking about. Wow, look at that. That's great. I'm kind of shocked that we didn't see 53, honestly. But that's badass. I love that. All right, y'all. I'm going to jump into the Discord community. We'll see you guys there. Thanks so much for being here. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And for anybody over in our Discord community, we'll see you right now. Peace.